The most important question I ever got was, what is your legacy? Not a material legacy, but if life stops here, how do you want to be remembered? What is that energy? How do people see you? This podcast series is a result of that question, what is my legacy? A phoenix is burning itself on a funeral pyre and rising from the ashes with renewed youth to live through another cycle. This fertile ash is filled with phoenix frequencies of compassion, love, forgiveness, intuition, wisdom, generosity, resilience, creativity, and evolution and involution. I've been in the ashes. I give voice to my phoenix. I share how I pioneer with ease. That's a lifestyle, a choice. I'm Nienke van Bezooyen, and I welcome you to listen and invite you to rise. Welcome to the Phoenix Frequencies. Today, it's the 80th episode of the Phoenix Frequencies. 2 years of Phoenix Frequency podcasts and the 4th year of celebrating my rebirthday. For my graduate master, I had an assignment to write my life story with the emphasis on pivotal moments and growth, like the ley lines of my life design. It has been an intense journey, the 4 years of phoenixing. No one can do it for you. It's an inside, personal inquiry. It became crystal clear phoenixing might look attractive, but only a few can stand the heat without feeling burned themselves. Only a handful of people from the past dare to stay with me after the flames transformed me. Some stayed fueled by overcare, and I can see the overcare comes from love and genuine care. Some want to hijack on the frequency to get an easy benefit for themselves. But the majority left, and they became my mirror. The mirror to see where the Phoenix frequencies can be picked up as they are meant to be, and where I'm still unclear. Being in the ashes can scare people off too. When life is hard, it can be too much of a stretch to stay in touch because it's too uncomfortable. People feel they need to protect themselves from me. It can reinforce people's own struggles and pain. Phoenixing as a verb make others feel they burn themselves. If you can't stand the heat of transformation, it's so much easier to use the blame game. But if we pointed at it, at least 3 fingers are turned to ourselves. I can see how difficult it can be for people to be around me when I get my curveballs and I'm wavering. When ambivalence sneaks in. The ambivalence to stay true to myself when I was called being a burden. The ambivalent feelings when the East felt the need to ghost me. The wavering every time my physical body forced me to pay attention and correct my direction. The wavering and doubt when life looked like a Cooper test to see if I really phoenixed or if I would be tempted to act like the old version. But over the years, my Dutch directness was hard to hear for many. When I was asked to help people to find their own way, and I handed them a mirror to see they needed to get out of their own way, it's difficult. Fixing you can do with a flat tire, not with the habits we developed over a lifetime. Phoenixing doesn't flourish by applause and can't be stopped by diminishment either. It isn't true a phoenix doesn't get hurt or feels pain. The difference is we stand the heat by staying with it and look at the source of the flames. Are they transforming or destroying? Or are they just flames and we create the significance around it ourselves? I learned to look for the gem under the dragon's claw. I learned the difference between self-absorption and self-reflection. I can be honest about my gaps, my imperfections, because perfect doesn't exist. A different outcome than imagined does. Phoenixing and standing the heat is an inside job. Support is a bonus. and not an inevitable element you will get anyhow. The flip side is also true in my case. The social isolation is a trap if you can handle the heat yourself. Meeting people where they are can feel where you were, and that's not always easy to be with. Everyone grows at their own pace and by their own choice. I'm not a missionary, old style, that want to save all based on my personal experience. It's impolite to walk someone else's footsteps that separates them from their growth because you know the way. I can remorse the times I did that. I can bring compassion and gratitude for what I didn't see at the time in the blurred view. But if you want to move on using Phoenix frequencies, I invite you to move fear into love for what serves you. The courage to move from your past step by step. Find the wind underneath your wings to trust the present. But only if you allow today's uplift, you move on. The wind of yesterday is gone, and tomorrow's not there yet. Be present to the opportunities of today. Stay awake, stay alert, stay honest, stay true to yourself. Your wings already exist. Allow your Phoenix frequencies to support you to rise. Rise and create a new future beyond limitations, beyond what seems impossible. For the ones who got my words personally and listened to the podcast too, you know who you are. But for the ones who can use fragments, I will share what I wrote on this rebirth anniversary. Thank you for keeping your faith in me, for not giving up when I wavered, for hearing me in my rising, for choosing openness over judgment, for staying in touch without being asked, for staying close when distance, silence was easier. Thank you for your heart to stay with me from my impossible to my I am possible. And on this 80th podcast recording, I want to thank you for listening to the Phoenix frequencies. May it spark you and help you to live the life reaching beyond your past limitations. I am not the only one who chose to rise from impossible to I am possible, because I believe you are possible too.